Hello. Christmas is upon us. Are we looking forward to Christmas? Are we dreading it? How is it for our children? Do they hate Christmas? Or they love Christmas but hate the build up, all the surprises, the presents, the decorations? Oh my goodness, it can be a nightmare. And again, obviously the routines that are going to change. How are the routines changing in your house? Have we discussed them? Let's try and make this Christmas easy to navigate. Let's think about it properly. At school, we have lots and lots of expectations and we have a routine. And around this time, the routine seems to go out the window, which causes immense issues for our children. But maybe we should be putting a routine into our house. And maybe start now before school finishes. So have a routine of what's happening at school and the changes that are happening. Find out from the teachers, have our children been told of any of the changes of the routine at school? And let's get them down on a visual timetable. And then make a visual timetable, advent calendar if you wish, for the build up to Christmas and Christmas Day. What are you doing as a family? What, when, how? Okay, so what's going to happen on Christmas Day? Let's start back in the day itself. What are you planning on doing for Christmas Day? Let's not make it a surprise on the day because that's going to cause all sorts of problems. So let's talk about it now. Make a picture, a collage of what sort of food you're having, when you're having it, who's coming to the dinner. Is it just you and the family, or is it going to be family and friends? Is it going to be extended family? All of that needs to be worked out. And make sure that we're going to be happy with that, and we build in the anxieties that may occur. So ask the questions: are you happy? Is there anything that you want to change? This is what's happening, but let's get an input from our children so that they feel part of that day as well, and there's not going to be any or too many surprises, because we can't guarantee there's not going to be a surprise, but we need to cut out as many as possible if our children don't like surprises. So working back from Christmas Day, what are we working on in terms of, are we watching a film? Are we going to be playing games? What sort of games are we going to play? How many children have we got, and who have we got to cater for? Are they all autistic? Are they all neurodivergent? Is there a mixture? Because we have to cater for everyone, so everyone must have a say. One thing we can do is sort of ask everybody one thing that they would like to do on Christmas Day, whether it be watching a film, playing a game, and if it's watching a film or playing a game, name the film, name the game. Then once you get everybody's input, your parents included as well, then write them down on a card and then put the card in a bowl or whatever and pull out like a raffle ticket. So we're not giving any preferential treatment to any one person. It's right, who's going to pull the name out of the bag, and then out it comes, and whatever comes out, that's what we're doing. But if you're doing that, you must have agreement with everybody at the start of now that is what's going to happen, that we agree that whatever comes out, that's what we're going to do, and then we pull out another name out of or another activity out of the pot, the hat, or whatever we do, and that's the next activity we do. So it then becomes fair for everyone, and hopefully everyone will get a chance throughout the day, and then maybe break it up. So we have a game, then we go and just have a bit of a break, a couple of drinks, something to eat, some snack, whatever, and then the next activity. So plan the activities throughout the day and it's not too overwhelming. Or you could just ask, shall we have another one? Shall we have another game now, or do we all want to break? So again, it's judging how people are on the day. So that's the games, the films, how that's going to work. Because there's nothing worse than just having a complete meltdown and battle on Christmas Day and nobody gets what they want. So if you haven't tried it before, try that. It doesn't always, but it can work. So good luck with that. That's what we do. That's what I'm doing this year. Having names in the hats, we find out who wants what and then we just pull out. So Christmas Eve, bedtime routines. Oh my goodness, will we go to bed? Will we see Santa? One of the biggest mistakes we did, we thought we'd get the app that you could follow Santa from the North Pole across to our house, and it'll tell you the times, how long it's going to be, and thinking we'd get him into bed. Oh no, I'm staying up because I want to see him, and I know. So if you think something, and that's a really good idea, and it's really going to get our children to bed and that, think really carefully is, am I actually setting myself up for a real catastrophic failure and a complete letdown? So some apps are really, really good to help us with things. Others are going to just create more excitement, more expectations, and things that we definitely cannot deliver. So just be careful. Yes, the routine for Christmas Eve may change, but build that in as well. On the days leading up to it, is that we stay up a little bit later, we're going to get the mince pies, and once we get the mince pies and the food and the drink now ready for Santa and the reindeers, then we must go to bed. If we don't go to bed, he probably won't come. And that sort of thing. So they're aware that, oh my goodness, can we get the drinks and the mince pies ready? Can we do that? They'll be wanting to do it at 5 o'clock in anticipation of going to bed, sleeping, ready for Santa to come. So again, maybe build in a couple of activities and games leading up to bedtime on Christmas Eve as well, just to keep them occupied. And it's also good for yourself as well. It just builds up the excitement. If a children doesn't like the excitement, don't have it. We have to sort of think, because if we've got a bedtime exit, then when they're in bed, then we can have our excitement. We can have what we want to do for what we think should be right for a Christmas Eve time. But if our children really do suffer, then we need to cater for their anxieties that are coming through loud and clear. It's not them being awkward, it's just their anxiety of the days that's coming through. So just be mindful on Christmas Eve as to the build-up of the expectations and the anxieties that they're going through. But we have to bear in mind our other children as well. So it's a balancing act. We don't always get it right. There's been very, very few Christmases I have got it right, but just recently we have, which is really good. But that's also their understanding as well as to what's going on. So the more we talk about it and involve them, the better it became. Round about the 1st of December, so in a few days, well, when you see this, it'll be the 1st of December, maybe have an advent calendar of expectations. So this is what's going to be happening. So on Christmas Day we will be doing this, and on the lead up to the Christmas number 1, on Christmas Day we will be doing this, and on December the 2nd, on Christmas Day we will be doing that. So we're building up the memory bank of, oh yeah, I remember us talking about that, I remember us saying this. There's no surprises. So advent calendars, or again, just a calendar up on your wall, 24/7, 24 days, 25 days till Christmas, what's happening on every day, whether it's school, but make sure there's an activity or something that whatever it is you've got planned, have it on the diary or on the calendar or whatever, maybe a visual on there as well, just so that they can see. And then that just helps the thought process, because it is about processing. Have we given them enough processing time? Well, if we start on the 1st of December, yes, we're giving processing time. Again, you know your child, so some of this may not work. You may sort of say, if I start talking about it now, then he'll expect everything tomorrow. So this has to come with the warning of know your child, know what they want. And if you've had the last few Christmases where it's been just miserable, it's been a write-off, you hate looking forward to Christmas, maybe that's because we haven't thought about what Christmas means for our children. We're putting in what we have been programmed to what Christmas should be. Maybe Christmas is just another day with a little bit of a difference. It's not what we've been expecting, but we've had our Christmases. We've had loads of Christmases that we've enjoyed, Maybe it's time to enjoy a day, but not in the way that we would expect our Christmas day to be. We have to factor that in, because we can still have a really good time. Wrapping presents. Do we need to wrap presents? Is the wrapping and unwrapping and the surprise of what am I getting too much? That could be a problem. Okay, so again, talk to the children. If Santa brings you presents, do you want Santa to wrap your presents, or do you want him to have them unwrapped? And then just say that the other children in the house, their presents will probably be wrapped because that's what they want. But we're going to make Christmas for everyone. Yeah. So there's going to be an element. So it might be that we have an area, one, maybe two, depending on the size of your house, that is completely Christmas free. There's no decorations, no nothing, and it's a place to just go and chill if things get overwhelming. We have to factor that in. And we have to factor in that the day is for everyone, but we may have to alter the amount of decorations that are in the house, the amount of Christmas music that is playing. Because, let's face it, we like Christmas music, but it might be the worst thing for our children. So, again, talk about it, look at each other's expectations. Can we have this? Can we have that? If we have a tree, what's going on the tree? Is it going to be very minimalistic? Is it going to have lights? Are they going to be coloured lights? Are they going to be just plain white static lights? Are they going to be sparkling? You again, talk about what it is. What decorations? How many decorations? Are we going to have things hanging from the ceiling? Are we going to have things pinned on the wall? All of it could be overloading the sensory. So let's think logically. We can make things look really nice and pretty, but be very minimalistic at the same time. Let's think Christmas is going to be a day of relaxation, excitement. Doesn't have to be exciting, doesn't necessarily have to mean surprises. If you want to wrap a present, maybe look at leaving it so that they can see what the gift is, but putting a little bow on it, or some glittery tinsel wrapped around the thing, so they can still see what the gift is, but there's still something around there to sort of say this is a Christmas gift, to identify it from other gifts that they may have had in the past. So it's all about being creative, communicating, really communicating. What do they want? Because don't forget, school, the change of routine at school is going to build their anxieties up, so they're already going to be upset. So we don't want to be winging it from the day they leave school, and thankfully there's only a couple of days or so. School comes out late this year, so that's a little bit better, and there's not so much to contend with, at least for the majority of children that like the routine. But have your routines worked out at home as well. What are you doing on the days that they are at home? And allow for changes to happen as well. So somebody might turn up unexpectedly. Talk about that we haven't planned anything. However, at Christmas sometimes people will knock on the door, turn up unexpectedly, thinking it's a really nice thing to do. Just prepare them for that, or for things that you know that out of the ordinary things can just pop out. And how are we going to deal with it? If this happens, what's our plan B or plan C? Yep. And hopefully we will have a nice Christmas time. And ask about the food. What is it they want? It might be, again, different to everybody else. I think we ended up having 4 or 5 different choices in the end. We used to just love turkey and gammon or something. We're going to try and make it more really a Christmas dinner. We end up having mashed potatoes and sausages. We might do a gammon, and then there might be beef. Turkey, no, because they just don't like it anymore. So whatever they want, if it's the same as every day, then that's what our Christmas dinner is going to be. But we do talk about it. And my Christmas dinner might be different to my son's, is definitely different to my daughter's. So what? We're all enjoying our Christmas dinner, and we're all around the table, or wherever it is. Are you going to be around the table? Do you have to be around the table? Again, have that discussion. If you are around the table, make sure they understand why we're around the table. It's just so it's exciting. Christmas crackers. Do we want the Christmas crackers? Do we have to wear the silly hats? Silly hats make me feel really uncomfortable. The hat slipping down over my nose. Yes, it's funny, but is it causing real problems for our children? So if we don't want the hat, have it to the side. Wear it over your knee. Put it over your shoulder. Ask them what they would like to do with the hat if they want the crackers. Do you have the crackers at the table? Do you have them somewhere else? Do you have them at a different time of day? Again, communicate. See what happens. So, just a little bit of thought and information to sort of say, how is Christmas going to be? We've had horrendous Christmases because we made it horrendous, because my wife wanted Christmas to be what we expected from Christmas, and how wonderful and exciting and everything else it's going to be, and our children couldn't cope with it, but we didn't build that into the Christmas factor. So have a great Christmas, enjoy, and we'll see you in the new year. Thanks so much. Bye.